Is Daily Harvest worth it? If you're new here, I'm Rachel from the Confused Millennial. In this video, I'm gonna be answering some of the frequently asked questions like, does it melt when it gets to you? What's the pricing? How does it work? And of course, how does it taste? You'll get my first impression as I taste their harvest bowls, flatbreads, ice cream, and of course their signature smoothies for the first time. And if you do want to try out Daily Harvest, I have a discount code for you. I'll leave the details in the description box below, but use code TCM for $25 off your first box. Before we get into my taste test and all that fun stuff, what is Daily Harvest in case you're new here? Daily Harvest is a meal delivery subscription service. They have smoothies, harvest bowls, flatbreads, chia bowls, soups, oatmeal bowls, lattes, like what they call little bites, which are kind of like protein power ball type of things. And one of the big questions I get asked is Daily Harvest healthy? That's going to be a big yes for me. Of course, healthy is like, I consider healthy to be a subjective opinion. They are vegan, meaning that there's no dairy in any of their stuff. There's no meat in any of their stuff. But more than that, they focus on about like 98% organic ingredients. And all of their ingredients are from sustainable farms. So the reason I consider them to be healthy is that their focus is on no added sugar and whole, real foods, meaning you're not getting like a processed version of strawberries, you're getting a whole, real, organic strawberry. It has no artificial sweeteners, no gums, no fillers, no thickeners, no fake dyes, no dairy, no gluten ever, which I'm always a really big fan of. Anytime that there's minimal processing, no sugar added, and just very consciously sourced ingredients is considered healthy in my book. So how does Daily Harvest work? Basically, you choose your subscription level. You can either choose a weekly or a monthly delivery, and then within that delivery range, you choose how many cups you want. Unlike other meal delivery services, since all of their stuff is meant to be frozen, you don't have to worry about anything spoiling or going bad, which I really like. So you could do a monthly subscription, but you could skip it 1 month, or you could skip it every other month so that you can get the most bang for your buck, i.e. the cheapest option. And as long as you have freezer room, you're good to go, and you don't need to necessarily get it every single month. Pricing is obviously gonna depend on which level of a subscription you get. Weekly shakes out to about $7.49 to $7.99 per cup. So if you're getting 6 cups, times that by $7.99, whatever that equals. And if you're doing monthly with the 24 cups, it comes out to about $6.99 per cup. But again, I have $25 off that first box using code TCM. And you can pause your subscription, you can skip a month. I personally go with the $6.99 option and then pause it until I wanted my next box delivered. That way you're getting the biggest bang for your buck. As far as do I think $6.99, $7.49, $7.99 is a lot for these items? No, not really. If I were to go to my local health juice shop and get a smoothie, it would cost between $9 and $14. So spending even on the high end of Daily Harvest, $8 isn't crazy to me. It comes in at like 40% discount from my local shops as far as the actual flatbreads go. So if I were to get like an against the grain pizza, which is a cassava flour based pizza, which Daily Harvest's flatbread also uses a cassava flour base, at Whole Foods, I think that pizza costs like $14 or $15. And so with Daily Harvest, that could cost as little as $6.99. Granted, the one you get at Whole Foods is a little bit bigger, but not by much. I mean, the price is on par or cheaper if you were to go ahead and source these items locally, but you don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to spend any time, any gas money. So you're paying for both the high quality ingredients and the convenience of it. One of the other questions I get a lot is, you're telling me I'm gonna get ice cream and smoothies delivered, won't they melt? And that's a big no. Daily Harvest has this down to a science. All of their stuff is really well packed. It comes in this like freeze-dried container with extra insulation. I definitely wouldn't leave it out overnight. I had no issues, as you guys will see when I go ahead and open my box and I taste the ice cream as soon as I open it. And I have to tell you, spoiler alert, the right out of the box consistency of their ice cream was my actual favorite. But we'll talk more about that because I am brutally honest in my taste test. Here's my initial impression right out of the box. I couldn't wait. I'm tasting the ice cream now. Ooh, that looks so good. Look at this. Oh yeah, that was really good. It's not like as sweet and sugary.
That's really, really good.
As you guys could tell, I really liked the consistency. I thought the flavor was good. And then I put it in the freezer. And then anytime I make my own ice cream at home too, because again, we are pretty health conscious in our house. So I'm used to making ice cream with a coconut base. You just kind of take some full fat coconut cream, pour it into ice cubes, an ice cube tray, freeze it, blend that up in a Vitamix. It's like a whole thing. DM me on Instagram if you want the recipe, some frozen bananas. It's delicious. So I kind of am used to, depending on the type of coconut you use, whether you use coconut cream or coconut milk, how coconut-based ice creams refreeze sometimes. And that is almost like a shaved ice effect instead of that milky ice cream finish. And I was really disappointed that, yes, the consistency right out of the box was that perfect ice cream consistency. But then once I put it in the freezer and it re-solidified really well, and I went back to it, it just never, even with me trying to like microwave it, letting it sit out at room temperature, it never got that right consistency again. I ended up having to reblend it with a date or two to make it more of like a vanilla milkshake. So I would say this was a big kale and sweet potato flatbread. Okay, so I initially gave this a B+, A-, I think, but then I found myself craving this flatbread, like dreaming about it in the weeks that followed. So I'm actually gonna bump this up to a solid A+. When I made it, I did add a slice of cheese to half of the flatbread. I wanted to taste it as they prepared it, but also like, I'm like 98% plant-based, but I'm not a vegan. So I like seeing cheese mentally on my flatbread. So I went ahead and added cheese onto half of it. It didn't really add a lot in the way of flavor to the flatbread. The flatbread was delicious on its own without the cheese. You can go either way if you want to add cheese or not, but again, I dreamt about this flatbread for like weeks after the fact. In fact, I'm craving it right now that I'm talking about it.
My initial thoughts are it's really pretty, it feels good, it's very purple, which is good. Purple foods I really tend to like, so let's see how it is. It's really good. So instead of it being like chunks of sweet potato, it's like a sweet potato base, like the sauce is sweet potato, which I have made and had before. I really like. It also has like, I want to say hints of like coriander. I don't know, it's really good. It's not spicy, it's a little bit sweet but not too sweet. It's got like a little bit of an earthy feel. Crispy crust, B+, A-, B+, somewhere in that range.
The sweet potato wild rice hash bowl was absolutely delicious. This is a meal that I would probably go ahead and recreate on my own in a larger batch for my family dinner night. It was ready in minutes in the microwave. Great flavor profile, super filling. My daughter ended up wanting some. I shared it with her. I'm still totally full. It smells really good. 12 grams of protein, calcium, vitamin D. It's really good. Tastes very like sweet potato. It tastes like a sweet potato wild rice hash with like a tomato sauce on it. Oh, that's peanut butter on my face from my daughter earlier. I did it in the microwave just because I mean, it takes 5 minutes on the stovetop and it takes 5 minutes in the microwave. Tastes exactly like the name. The little bits of avocado give it kind of like a sweet, there's some lime undertones to it too. Highly recommend this. The mint and cacao smoothie. On their website, it says that this tastes like mint chocolate chip. It does not taste like mint chocolate chip. The aftertaste is the aftertaste of mint chocolate chip, but the actual smoothie does not taste like mint chocolate chip. My initial taste test impression of this smoothie was that it was just a little underwhelming. It wasn't bad, it was just a little bland. When I made it though, I did run out of vanilla almond milk, so I had to use water, which probably contributed to that slightly more watery, less milky taste. It's good. I would say like it actually has a pretty good consistency. It's not super thick, but it's got like some texture from the cacao nibs. It's not bad. It's not like, oh my god, this is the best smoothie I've ever had. I like the chunks of cacao nibs. It's not exactly like mint chip ice cream, obviously, but if you were to add like a date or a scoop of vanilla protein powder, it would probably be really close. And it has a fantastic aftertaste. I'd say it's probably like a solid B. Would definitely order it again too. I really liked the cacao nibs in it though. So if you've never had cacao nibs, they're not like chocolate chip, and they really force you to chew the smoothie, which is really fantastic for digestion. You should actually be chewing your smoothies, your soups, all of that type of stuff, because it signals to your stomach acids that food is gonna come down, so it can start to produce those. And then the aftertaste of this was phenomenal, which I think is the most important thing. Like, how does it make you feel an hour after the fact? How does it make you feel 20 minutes after the fact? It was super good if you like mint. If you don't like mint, you're not gonna like it. Let's roll the footage for the acai and cherry smoothie. It's tart. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's not this. It's very cherry. I'd say it's more cherry than acai. Not bad. It's kind of like a purple popsicle. If you guys watched my Bejo review, I would say I like their tart berry more than the acai cherry from Daily Harvest. So I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. That's just smoothies and juices. Obviously Daily Harvest is like food. It's got a nice texture to it. Yeah, it's good. It just tastes like a berry smoothie. The taste gets better as I keep going. I'm not normally like a tart smoothie person. My taste buds need a minute to adjust to it. One thing I don't like is how flimsy like the cups are. See that? I don't like that. I like a nice sturdy cup. I'd rather them get rid of the plastic lids on their smoothies. Like, I don't need this. I mean, I guess it's nice if you're like traveling to go and whatever, but you could do a paper lid and a slightly sturdier cardboard cup, in my opinion. So with that one being their #1 bestseller, I thought it was just a little bit underwhelming. Also a little bit underwhelmed. This only had 3 grams of protein, which I mean, I guess isn't bad or good. It was just like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Our morning smoothies, we typically shoot for like 10 grams of protein. We do that by adding in spirulina. The carrot and cinnamon smoothie, I dipped my finger in it and I can already tell you, this tastes amazing. This tastes like carrot cake. Like, not kidding. This is not the same as the mint chip situation. This tastes like carrot cake. Thick, it's creamy. It's got that perfect cinnamony, nutmeggy finish. I'm obsessed with this. This could be my new favorite smoothie. It's not just because we're in fall, but like if you need fall vibes in your smoothie, this is gonna be it. Oh, I've never had a smoothie like this before. It's so good. It's like the banana gives the faux cream cheese frosting finish. I can't even tell you how good this is. Prize winner. So at this point, what I'm gonna say is big winners. The carrot and cinnamon smoothie, the flatbread. Those two are like my 2 biggest winners. The sweet potato harvest bowl is really good. Something that I feel like you could make at home in a larger portion though. I think the biggest bust, the biggest loser for me was the acai and cherry. It was just a little disappointing. I can't believe that's the #1 bestseller, maybe because it's like the most generic. And the ice cream was a big loser. Ice cream was a really big loser. Now for the real taste test, the toddler taste test. Wanna taste it? No? Yeah? You like it? I guess we're gonna be adding this smoothie to our rotation. Good. Come on, have a sip. Maybe need to order my own now. Yay. Who do I think Daily Harvest is perfect for? If you're looking to like lose weight or make healthier choices, this is gonna be one of your best bets for prepackaged foods, in my opinion, focusing on whole real ingredients. The other thing I really like about them for people that are trying to make healthier choices or lose weight is that in my own journey with health, my relationship to food, I found that when I actually ate balanced, real foods, like I wasn't afraid to have carbs and I would have potatoes, or I wasn't afraid to have sugar that is naturally occurring in fruits. I stopped craving the processed stuff. I stopped craving candy. I stopped craving, you know, an entire loaf of Cheesecake Factory bread or whatever it was, because I was actually satiating what my body was craving, but I was just doing it with calories and nutrients that packed a better punch. I also think Daily Harvest is great during pregnancy or for new moms who need about an extra 300 calories a day, and maybe they want to make sure they're really choosing those whole ingredients, those healthier choices. I like having Daily Harvest on hand during those times in life that might be a transition, or you might be more tired, because you at least then have the healthier option within your finger's reach. And that's like one of the other things, if you are on a health journey, one of the rules I gave myself in my own journey was I can eat the chips, I can eat the cookies, I can eat whatever I want, but I have to reach for that healthy snack first. So I have to reach for the carrot sticks, I have to reach for the cucumber, whatever it is first, and then I can go ahead and have that thing that I was really truly craving. And in doing that, you're training your body to start to mindlessly snack on the healthier option. You guys can get $25 off your first order using code TCM. I will leave a link to that in the description box below. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Instagram at The Confused Millennial. Make sure to go ahead and check out my Veho review. And until next time, I'm Rachel.